Welcome everyone. Today we're doing a quick discussion on sticker maintenance for Twisty puzzles. Some of them tend to have issues with the stickers, so I'm going to give some pointers for how to identify and deal with those problems. Be especially careful about puzzles that have either really small stickers or stickers with sharp corners. The main ideas are to just use a tiny bit of super glue or to glue the loose stickers down, and then try and catch problems early if you can. So it's much easier to fix a sticker that's just partially loose with a corner bending up, like this, or I have several examples. This one has a corner bending up right here, if you can see it. Or let's see. This one's also a good example. Where did it go? There it is. So it's much easier to fix a sticker that's just partially loose with a corner bending up like that than it is to fix a sticker that's fallen off and gotten lost somewhere. So there are a few things that might indicate a sticker is starting to come loose. So if you run your finger over them lightly, you might be able to feel when a corner is just starting to come up. It's especially clear around a sharp corner, so like right here and right here. Which is great since the sharp corners tend to come loose very easily. If you feel a loose corner, I do recommend gluing it down, and then you may also just feel it fold up entirely like I showed on this puzzle, so where this one just folds up like that. Again, glue it down. It's less common, but you may also find stickers that have been unevenly applied, so a big piece in the center is coming up. I think I have one here. Oh wait, there it is. A big piece in the center is coming up like this. There you go. You can see with the reflection. And so this is usually less likely to cause problems than a sticker peeling up at the corner. But if it's sticking out, as much as this one is, for example, I still like to peel it up and then stick it back down flat with glue. So occasionally you may get a puzzle that has stickers that go off the edges of the flat areas as well. So this isn't a problem on most puzzles, but it does happen frequently on some of them for some reason. So for example, I've had this issue with several of the Diane Gem puzzles. And here's an example here, although it's kind of hard to see. This sticker hangs off the edge of the piece just ever so slightly. There you can see it a little bit in the video. So again, I recommend peeling it up as gently as you can, and then gluing it back down. Stickers that overlap can sometimes peel up more easily too. So here's an example of that right here. I don't usually fix these until they start to peel back, but it is good to keep an eye on them because this can be a common point of failure. And then you may also get stickers that haven't bent up yet, but are starting to come up at a corner. So let's see, I think there's one on this one. Yeah, if you look at how the light reflects on the stickers, you can often see when this is happening. So I think this one already started to bend up a little bit more fully. But if you look at a puzzle and then let the light reflect on it, you can usually see when something's starting to bend up, even if you don't physically feel it when you run your finger over it. So most of these are okay. I think there were some that were a little iffy on the red side. Like this one, no, that's fine. Okay, I think it's this one that's starting to come up. Either way, you can definitely see this. That's another way to check. Okay, so I also just wanted to chime in with an example of one where the stickers are starting to come up, but you don't really feel it when you put your finger over it, but you can see it with the reflection. So as you can see, these stickers, there's one right here that's starting to come up. It's also starting to come up right there. And then there's also just a little bit starting to come up on the edges on both of these right here. Although I don't know that since it's in the middle, it's not as serious of an issue to address it. And there's also some right there where it's starting to come up. So you can see these little uneven patches. This is actually coming up fully where you can feel it with your finger, but some of these other ones, you can't really feel them yet, but you can see them if you just look at the reflection. So right here and right here are the ones that are the most urgent. Although I think this one needs to be addressed too, actually. Let's see. Nope, that's doing fine. Okay, great. So one last thing you want to watch for is stickers that twist or shift while you're scrambling or solving the puzzle. You may notice after a while that a sticker is at an odd angle when you don't remember it being like that before. And that's an indicator that the adhesive underneath it is giving out and it needs to be glued down before it falls off and gets lost somewhere. So this one, I did have that issue on this puzzle with some of these small stickers. Like this one, I think, no, that one's pretty stable. I think I already glued the ones down that were having issues. But, oh wait, there's one. This one's slipping. So that needs to be glued down. And it's better, again, like I said, to do this before the sticker gets lost. And then here we have another example of one that got, this sticker isn't applied cleanly on the edge of the piece, and so it's got some overhang off the edge of the piece there. And so that one needs to be re-glued as well. I'm not going to do all of these examples right now, but I will do some examples just to show the process. Great, let's talk about actually gluing the stickers down. First, here are the things you'll need. If the sticker isn't still partially attached, I like to use these small curved tip needle nose pliers to hold it steady. I think normal needle nose pliers or even just tweezers will work fine too. For holding the sticker down while the glue sets, I use just a toothpick. And then to clear away excess glue, I use a paper towel. So nothing that complicated. And then of course, super glue. If you're placing a whole sticker, either for the first time or to glue it down after it's fallen off, you hold it by the by one of the corners with the pliers and then stick it down. And the point of holding it by the corner is just to let you see most of the outline of the sticker, so you can line it up so that it's well centered. So really just grip it wherever is most convenient for you so that you can line it up. So for example, if I were placing this sticker for the first time, I'd probably hold it here, and then lay down this outer part first and then smooth it out toward the middle. And then if it's a new sticker, you may not need to use glue. Usually you don't. But if it's not new, you should probably use glue, just since the old adhesive won't be enough to hold a sticker down if it's already come loose once. So here, let's work on this super wrinkled example. If you're dealing with a wrinkled sticker, like, okay, I've already flattened it out some, but if you're dealing with a wrinkled sticker like this one, it's easiest to flatten it out as best you can in advance before trying to glue it down again. Here, I'm gonna see if I can bend this a little bit more so it'll go flat. And then that's the full extent of how far up it's come, is all the way back here like this. So I'm gonna try and bend it back so I can flatten it out. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm just trying to get it to lay as flat as I can so that when I glue it, it'll not be sticking out with the tendency to catch on things more. And then also just be sure to clean any debris off the surface there. It's nothing fancy. You don't need to do anything fancy to clean off the surface, but do try and just make sure you don't have any dust or whatever in there. As I mentioned earlier, it doesn't take much glue at all to get a sticker to stick down properly. There's really not supposed to be much space between the sticker and the surface you're putting, or in the surface beneath it. So if you're using a bottle like this to apply it, the best method I've found is to tilt it so that the glue starts to come out, but not enough so that it actually forms drops here, just enough so that you can touch it to the puzzle where you want to glue the sticker down and get just a little bit of glue on it. And then you press the sticker down, dab away the excess glue, then hold the sticker down for somewhere around 30 seconds. So I'm gonna do that here. Oop, we've got a drop already. Okay, well, we just want tiniest bit of glue there. Okay, I got quite a bit more than I intended on there, so I'll do another example in a minute that'll hopefully work better. Anyway, so I'm gonna flatten it out with this paper towel to hopefully catch some of the excess, and then flatten the sticker down with the toothpick as best I can. And again, this, especially with one that's this wrinkled, it's not going to be perfect, but it'll be a lot better than just leaving it and letting it peel off gradually. And so I'm gonna do the best I can to hold it down with the toothpick. You can't see, but it's already a lot flatter, so it's doing decently well. Okay, so how long you need to hold it down really depends on how bent out of shape the sticker is. Some of them stay down really easily, while others have to be held in place until the glue solidifies a little. So like if the sticker is just really bent, it may need to be held down longer, or if the surface underneath it is slightly uneven or something. This one will probably take a little bit longer because it was so wrinkled. Okay, this one already seems to be doing pretty well, so that's great. And then if it pops back up when you quit applying pressure, just press it down for a while longer. And if you're dealing with any unevenness of the surface under the sticker, you will need to hold it down longer. It's usually just enough to hold the corner of the sticker down with the tip of the toothpick like this. So just press there, and that way it's easier to detach the toothpick in case any glue gets on it. But for stickers like this that are particularly bent out of shape, it may help to use the flat edge of the toothpick to keep the wrinkles in the sticker flat like I just showed. So let me show an example, that example with the one that was folding up, and then hopefully I'll be able to get a smaller amount of glue on this one. All right, so I'm gonna bend the sticker up because that one's already moving pretty freely. Clear this, whoop, wow, the glue is just coming today. All right, I'm just gonna tilt it sideways very gently. There we go, okay. So I'm right at that point where there's not quite a drip at the top, and then I just kind of tap it. No, not quite enough. Okay, there we go. Just where a drip starts to form, tap the puzzle. Okay, that's still more than I'd like, but that's a fairly small amount here. And then I'll flatten it with the paper towel. So there's really very little glue under there, if you can see. There you go, but it's enough. Okay, and then I'll hold this for a little while because this one's really wanting to pop up. Okay, that one's looking pretty good. So let's see what else. If you're gluing down stickers on SLS printed parts, so that's a type of 3D printing, I don't have an example right here on hand, but you may need to use slightly more glue just because the texturing on the surface tends to absorb more glue. And then it also helps if you can avoid getting glue on top of the sticker. So if that does happen, clear it away with the paper towel quickly. Sometimes some of the color you can actually see on the tip of the toothpick here from the Diane Mini Gem, that sometimes some of the color from the plastic underneath the sticker comes off into the glue. And so it's best to just flatten the sticker onto the glue as quickly as you can, and then hold it flat without moving it, and you try and keep the glue from getting around on top of the sticker, because if it dries like that, it can give kind of a muddy look. Nothing serious, but nice to avoid. If you apply too much glue, so as you can see, that is very easy to have happen. Some of it may get down between the pieces down in here and stick them together too. As long as it's only just a tiny bit, you can pry the pieces apart afterward and the puzzle will still work just fine. Dabbing away the excess is normally enough to avoid this, but it can happen. And then if you happen to spill more than a little bit, it may be more difficult to pry the pieces apart afterward. Dab away whatever you can and hope for the best. It is super glue, be careful with it, but it's not that big of a deal if a little bit gets down between the pieces. Excellent. So hopefully this gives you some help with your sticker maintenance, and feel free to add any additional tips or suggestions in the comments. And good luck and happy puzzling. Thank you.